Want to know how to get amazing glowing skin with a bold eyeliner and a bold lip? In this video, I'm going to show you my easy go-to look.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight.
Hi, welcome back to Jackie How. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching another video of Jackie How. And if this is your first time here, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jackie. This channel is called Jackie How, on how I do different things like my hair, makeup, how I style clothes, with outfit videos. If you're interested in those types of videos, please consider subscribing. The little red button down below. And with subscribing, and also if you are already a subscriber, don't forget to hit the little bell. It looks like this. And then when you press it, it changes to this symbol. So make sure it looks like this, please. This way you'll be notified of any new videos that I put out. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I do my go-to look with my highlighted skin, my bold eyeliner, and my amazing red lips that I love so much. To begin, I use this primer. This is one of my favorite primers by Smashbox. I love this primer because it has acne treatment in it, and as you know, I do have acne. It's also oil-free, which is perfect for my skin because I also have oily skin. There are so many primers out there. You want to make sure you get a primer that primes your skin and preps your skin according to your own skin and your own needs. Next, what I like to do is prep my eyes and my lips. So this is what I use. This is the MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly. This I apply first on my eyes. I love this because it just cancels out any like redness you may have or any veins you may have, just to make your eyes have like a clean look. I love to use it on this brush. This is the Wet n Wild brush. What I do is I take some in the brush and then I just put it on my eyes. And then I just tap it just to make sure it's evenly blended. I also use this on my lips. This on the lips is basically going to give it a clean slate, so the red of the lipstick will just show more, and it also just makes my red lipstick last longer. And then I also just tap the excess and make sure it's well blended. It's very important that your lips are not chapped. I actually put my eye cream on my lips. The next step is to set the paint pot. I use this to set it. This is a translucent setting powder by Mercier. You want to make sure you set it because you don't want it to move anywhere. And if you're like me and you have hooded eyes, you know, where your eyelids touch the top of your eye, you want to make sure it's set so that way your eyeliner, once you put it, it doesn't transfer to the top of your eyelids. And this is also an important step if you have very oily eyelids. You want to make sure it's set in place. I apply with the same exact Wet n Wild brush that I just used with the Painterly paint pot, and I just make sure I have a good amount, tap off the excess, and then I apply it. I like to do it in a patting motion so that way it doesn't move the paint pot and it's just basically setting it. I do also set my lips. Now that my lips and my eyes are set, I can move on to my face makeup. This is a CC cream by Blinc Cosmetics, color correcting full coverage cream. It has anti-aging hydrating serum. I love anti-aging products, of course. I love that it's hydrating because I do have very dry skin, and the best part about it, it has UV protection, it has SPF, which is so important. And I use the color medium. I love the coverage that it gives. It gives me kind of like a dewy look, so my skin looks very healthy. I do like that it has a pump, so it's easy to use, and I just give it a little bit of a shake. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I like to shake my stuff. And then I put one pump first, see how much coverage that gives me. If I want more, I put more. Now to apply my foundation, I apply it with this Marc Jacobs brush. I love this Marc Jacobs brush. This is called The Shape. I love the shape of it, and I love that it is a pretty dense brush, so it's not that soft, but it's also not that hard. It's amazing. I love this brush. Blending, I put it on with my foundation, my concealer. You're gonna see. I apply it in a tapping motion because I have dry skin. I don't want to irritate my skin. And I just keep grabbing foundation depending on how much I need and then going to the next place. Because this is a medium, it's also a little bit darker than my skin tone, so I just need to make sure that I blend it up to my neck and a little bit on my chest. I'm gonna use another pump. So now that I have my foundation to my liking, depending on my mood, whether I want a fuller coverage, a lighter coverage, depending on how much acne I have, depending on how much time I have. Once I'm satisfied on how much foundation I have, I go to my concealer. I just started using this recently. This is by Urban Decay. This is the Naked Skin. It's the Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and I use the color Light Neutral. This is just going to conceal and give me extra coverage on the things that I want to just look flawless. Underneath my eyes and my upper lip, my chin, my forehead, and my nose. And then using the same Marc Jacobs brush that I used to apply my CC cream, I just blend everything out again in a tapping motion and just moving it a little bit around just to make sure it's blended. Once my concealer is blended, I move on to contouring, which is one of my favorite parts. I love to contour because, as you can see, my face is pretty flat now. It doesn't really have dimension. Contouring just basically sculpts your face, contours your face, just making your bone structure stand out a little bit more. I just love to contour. It makes me excited. I use this stick foundation by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the color Espresso. I love this contour stick. It blends so beautifully. The color Espresso is just a beautiful brown. Put it a little bit above my cheekbones and my forehead just to create some dimension, and my nose and underneath my lip just to give it a little bit of a pouty lip look. And I like to blend it out with this brush. This is by Blinc Cosmetics. This is a blending brush. I love this brush because it just blends everything so nicely. I blend it out in circular motions. And then I take my same foundation brush that I love, which is the Marc Jacobs brush, and I do my forehead and just make sure everything else is well blended. And it's in the same tapping but also sliding motion, just to make sure it's blended and also not affecting everything else below it. Once that's blended to my liking, I go ahead and clean my Marc Jacobs brush with my Daily Brush Cleanser by Sephora. I love this cleanser because it cleans my brushes so well. Because it has the contour color, I just want to make sure it doesn't just make everything else brown, because I'm going to use it again. This is my favorite brush and I use it so much, like I said before. And I just spray it on a piece of paper towel and I swirl my brush on it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I just don't want it to be brown because I'm gonna use it again to blend out a little bit more my under eye concealer, and then we're gonna set it. To set my under eyes and my contour, I'm going to use this contour kit by Kat Von D. This is my all-time favorite contour kit. This is the Shade and Light palette, and as you can see, it's truly well loved. So what I do is I use my Marc Jacobs brush just to make sure my under eye is well blended and everything else that I have concealer on is well blended. And then I use these two colors. These are the highlighting powders. So this one is more of a pinky color and this one is more of a yellowy color, and they both just set my under eye area so beautifully. And I just dip it in the pink one first, and then just dip it in the yellow one, and I just set it. And it's very important to set your makeup with a powder so that way it can last for so long. Like me, I'm a sweaty beast. So I have to make sure that my makeup is set so that way when I sweat, you know, the moisture doesn't remove my makeup. And also I am oily as well, so my oil is kept at bay. And to set my contour, I love to use this Morphe brush. This is the M405 brush. I love this brush because it's angled and has natural bristles, so it just blends out my contour so beautifully. I like to use this color first to set my contour. And I'm tapping it in because it's still wet. I don't want it to move. I'm basically just making sure it's set so that way it doesn't move. And then we'll swirl it and blend it out in a minute. So we just put this on wherever we put the Anastasia foundation stick on. I also like to do it underneath my jaw or on my jaw and my neck. And to set my nose contour, I use the same Blinc Cosmetics. Next, I go on to set my entire face, and I use this by MAC. This is my favorite setting powder, which is the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in medium, using the same Marc Jacobs brush. Once my face is set, I go back in with this Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D, and I just fix up my contour more and my highlight a little bit more. So I go in with my same Morphe angled brush, and I use this color. And I take again my Blinc Cosmetics brush, and now I go in with this darker color. And this color is very dark, and I like to enhance a little bit more this here. And then my Marc Jacobs brush with this yellow and this one, and just make sure my line is a little bit neat. So now that my highlighting and my contour is set the way I like it, I go in with my bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers by Chanel, and this is the Soleil Tan de Chanel. I definitely don't know if I'm even saying that correctly, but yes, this is the bronzer. I mentioned this in, I think, maybe my February favorites. I'll link it for you. I love this bronzer. It smells so beautiful. It has little, very small amount of specks of shimmer, but it's so beautiful. I feel like it gives my skin just a beautiful, healthy, bronzy color. I apply this with my same Morphe angled brush, and I apply it on my cheekbones. And on my forehead. I also bring it down to my neck and my chest just to make sure everything matches nicely. Next, I move on to my brows. I recently just picked this up. This is by L'Oreal. This is the Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. It's a triangular tip mechanical pencil. I honestly don't get the triangular shape. I don't really understand why it would have it because it actually dulls down, but I bought it because I wanted to try something different. Since I like the other brow definer by L'Oreal, I wanted to give this a try, and honestly I've been loving it. I don't really care for the triangular tip because I guess I use it weirdly where I rounded it out a little bit, but I love the fact that it's thick, so it just makes my eyebrow application just a lot faster and easier, especially when I'm in a rush in the morning. And the color of this that I chose is the dark brunette because it has a cooler brown instead of a warmer brown. I like the cool tones on my eyebrows. I appreciate the fact that L'Oreal took the time to make it a clear top for the spoolie because so many times, oh my gosh, with the Anastasia one, I take it out and it ends up being the spoolie, then I have to go back and open the other one. So I really do appreciate that it's clear, and sometimes I just go without the top just because I want to just be able to pick it up and know which side is the product and which side is the spoolie. So I love the fact that it's clear so I can see that this is the spoolie and this is the product. Just makes my life so much easier. So what I do first is the spoolie side. Which side is the spoolie? And I comb my eyebrows just to make sure there's no foundation on it or powder on it, and also combing them so that way the hairs are shaped the way I want them to be. Then I just comb them very, very lightly, just making sure the product that I just applied is very well blended. Next, I applied this brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this tinted brow gel because it's basically coating my brow hairs, where the L'Oreal product was actually coloring my skin to make my skin look like hairs. So this is actually painting my brow hairs. I used the color Granite. This is like a very cool grayish color, and then I just put it on my brows. I never press it in hard. It's just basically coloring my hairs. Now for my mascara, I love to use this mascara. If you've been following me for a while, you know this is my favorite mascara. I love the technology that this uses. It's basically tubing your lashes instead of painting them. And this is my go-to look because it's so easy to wash off. I never get raccoon eyes, and it just makes my makeup removing process so easy. It just coats my lashes so beautifully. I actually coat the top of my lashes first, and then I go to the bottom of the lashes. And my bottom lashes as well. This is my go-to, most favorite eyeliner I have ever tried. I love this eyeliner because it just gives me a very clean line. It's matte, it dries beautifully, it doesn't transfer to the top of my eyelids. It comes off just the way the mascara comes off with the water. I just love how it glides on, and it just makes my wings look so beautiful. It's so easy to use, and I just can't say enough good things about this eyeliner. I love it so much. And this is by Blinc as well. It uses a brush. When I apply my eyeliner, I like to look down to the mirror, and I put my eyeliner on its side, so in case I need to grab something, I just make sure my liquid is on the side so it's easy to grab. With applying eyeliner, it just takes a lot of practice. I've been doing my eyeliner for years, and sometimes I do still mess up, so don't be hard on yourself. Just practice. And don't think that you're just gonna have to just make one clean line. What I like to do is just make lines, and then I make my wing. I just need to make sure it's fully dry before I open my eye. The next thing I do is I highlight. Of course, you cannot not highlight. I love this highlighting palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Glow Kit. It's a little messy because it does get a whole lot of love. I'm going to use this one, which is the Amber Gold. It's more like a pinky gold. It's so pretty. I use it with this highlighting brush. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush. To do the inner corners of my eyes, I like to use this brush I got it from Groupon, and it's this nice little angled brush. For my waterline, I'm going to use this pencil by NYX. This is the Wonder pencil, and I love it because it just opens up my eyes, makes my eyes look more awake. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal pencil again to color in my mole. Now for my red lip, I'm going to use this palette by MAC. This is the 6 Editorial Reds. I love this palette. You all know I love a good red lip. I'm going to use this one. This is the MAC Red. I'm going to apply it with this lip brush. This is by Revlon. My sister actually gave this to me. I love this because it has a little cover and you can use it small like this or you can use it long. The tip is beautiful where it just makes a good line around your lips, and I love the bristles where they're stiff but not too stiff. This lip brush is so convenient. I could just throw in my bag. I like to apply my lipstick with a tapping motion as well because my lips are normally crusty. I don't want to interrupt my lips and just make them peel or flake, so I just put it on with a tapping motion until all my lipstick is on, and then I could blend it nicely. Now to set my face, I use this rose water. I love this rose water. I use it all the time, all day, every day. And this just sets my makeup so beautifully, moisturizes my face, just makes everything blend into my face, doesn't make my makeup look too powdery, and it just looks flawless.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear, like an outlaw.
I truly had an amazing time making this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It truly means a lot to me. Let me know what type of videos you want to see from me. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
Welcome to Survival of the Week. And this week's Survival of the Week is breakups to makeup. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.